Let's see, we got rent due on the 30th. That's in 2 days. We'll have to have 10,000 by then. Jill wonders if Maneki Nekos actually bring luck. Buy one to prevent her from getting too distracted. And have a very nice day.
Yes, we get the Neko.
Yay!
I get distracted from paying the rent, so we're poor.
You've been chuckling since yesterday.
Wiener.
True. Maneki Neko. 550. Oh, I remember this one. You read this again. This is good.
They say these things bring luck, but his paw is broken, so I wouldn't trust him.
True. Alright, so
Could we buy all the others?
No.
Our funds are pretty low.
We need to make like $4,000.
Oh, okay, it does have an exclamation point when there are new ones. That's good to know. So we did this. So the bar called Valhalla is the only new one.
Ooh.
That's like where we were.
Yeah. So remember, we'll start at the top. We'll go down. We skip Charlie, so it goes Lindsay, Sid, me. That bar called Valhalla.
Is it any good? I need a place to unwind after work.
Work?
Normies are taking over, huh?
Everyone is neat, just like me. Anyway, place is cool, but the bartender can be a little bit of a dick.
How so? Never been there, so I wouldn't know. Is she cute? I can take it if she's cute.
She's cute, but I think she's a bit full of herself. The guy seems a bit more of a bro.
So you already had a conversation with her? Did she reject your advances?
Nah, just heard from the distance.
So, is that a no?
Kind of. I mean, if you're going there just to chat.
I just want a place to chill for a bit and meet new people.
Can I smoke there?
Is there any bar from the BTC where you can smoke?
No?
Bummer. Well, I think I'm going next week then. Sounds good enough for me.
Okay.
This thread is closed.
So I'm full of myself?
You are.
Rude.
True. Let's see. These are all brand new. Let's have Corey do this one.
Y2K The Final Remaster leads the video game charts by Lana Smithy. The newest remaster of 2016's Y2K, a postmodern RPG, opens the charts this week with 3.5 million copies shipped on its launch day. Other titles this week include new releases such as Hatsune Miku, Project Remaster, and Sting's Face Remastered. Full chart including lifetime sales. Y2K The Final Remaster 3.5 million /new. Hatsune Miku Project Remaster 1.5 million /new. Sting's Face Remastered 950,000 /new. Water Pro Wrestling G 500,000 /950K. It's just abbreviations, man. Dang it! Ron Paul 400,000 1.2 million.
Okay.
That was very unpleasant to read.
This is the third final this year.
I'll read this. Woman marries anime pillow. Nobody is actually surprised. By Lana Smithy. I remember a time when wacky stuff like this made a lot of headlines, but even though I'm reporting on it, I can't help but think how mundane it's become. I mean, we live in a world where you can just plug into the internet and live there for as long as your wallet can afford related fees. Lots of people get married in these virtual spaces. Thanks to new technologies, the traditional views on human relationships have changed so much that marrying a literal object feels kind of tame now. If the pillow had some form of intelligence, it might be somewhat different, but it's just a plain generic anime hug pillow. Get with the times, Grandma!
Want to marry me?
Can't marry your own son.
True. True. Who wants to read First Space Colony to Develop? Sid, you haven't read anything in a bit.
Sure. First Space Colony plans to develop its own army by Lana Smithy. Even though space was imagined as the promised land, a place where humanity would start over. It looks like we're about to repeat our mistakes from the past. The first space colony, Shin Outer Paradise, is currently in talks to develop its own privately owned army, following alleged threats from a notorious terrorist group. We're discussing it right now, but the law is most likely approved. We'll have an army and we'll defend our motherland from any terrorist threat. Alice Rabbit chimed in during a private stream. This terrorist group does not exist. Don't let the Outer Paradise government fool you. The only reason for this law is so they can have more control over the population.
Alice Rabbit is in space too? Amazing.
Gotta be everywhere. Alright, let's go to work. Wednesday, December 28th.
Good evening.
Ah, Jill, I'm out to get firecrackers.
Firecrackers?
It's New Year's, right? We need some.
Would firecrackers scare off the Yeah, good idea. Go ahead.
I'll be back in a bit. Dude, do you think that's how she lost her arm?
Maybe. Even for a cat lover, you should get excited about firecrackers a whole lot more when dogs are involved.
I know how hypocritical it sounds, and I don't care. Ah, Jamie's here.
Greetings.
Anyway, let's start.
A huge speaking role there.
Riveting.
Time to mix drinks and change lives. Ah, that guy wouldn't come back twice.
Yeah, shut up. By any chance, did something fly over here like 2 weeks ago?
On Friday,
Yes.
there were lots of weird explosion noises throughout the night. But as far as I understand, those were made by a flying drone or something.
So it flew by here.
I take it you know what made the noise?
Let's just keep it at whatever drone story you heard.
Right. The noise got annoying after a while, I must say.
So, it remained in the vicinity?
I don't know what counts as in the vicinity, but yeah. Distant explosions all night.
Interesting. So it didn't get far away. Now, give me a Mars blast.
Or Mars Blast for the guy that wouldn't come back. Twice.
Yeah. I'm never coming back to this place after this.
It's sounding pretty sus at the minute.
That's fine. Don't worry about it. It's just drones, bro.
It's fine.
Here you go.
Well, you did mess up. Sorry, if I may interject. You looking for a fight? Most certainly not.
You really think you'd stand a chance? You're like half his size.
I can fight dirty.
He kills people for a living.
Lexi.
I can fight dirty. Jill, please, you make me sound like a savage. It would be like me saying that you get people drunk for a living. It's not wrong, but there are better ways of saying stuff like that.
You're right. Sorry.
And like I said, I'm not looking for a fight. You seem to like strong drinks. What about it? Well, to be honest, it's a rare sight in this bar. I'd even come to believe I'm the only one here who enjoys them, aside from the owner. May I suggest you try a suplex next time? It might be to your liking. Okay, let's try this suplex thing.
Right. Let's give Ingram a suplex. Wow, that sounded weird.
Your Ingram voice gets me every time.
You know what's really annoying? Having two characters at once. I feel for you.
Yeah, what's that like, Molly?
Yeah, I was like, you're getting to experience my hell. You're welcome. Here.
Good stuff. Like a less burning but punchier pile driver. Say, your face looks somehow familiar, mister. Call me Jamie. And you are? I'm Ingram. Anyway, I think I saw your face somewhere. Maybe when I need to look for a specific file. Oh. Did you perhaps go through a nanomachine expunge? I did, actually. Figured as much. Only a handful of people do that. And almost all of them are people with nanomachine rejection that feel oddly suicidal. So why go through the whole thing? Rejection? Need somewhere to hide? The second one. It's easier to remain undetected when they have no means to track you or your activity. I say.
How does the expunge work?
You lie in a pressure chamber and they give you a special IV solution. It causes nanomachine rejection while giving you the antibodies needed to prevent them from getting back in. For 5 hours, you're trapped in bed while a horrible pressure builds up in your body and nanomachines are forced out. They're like little needles all over your body. You feel them in your eyes, in your gums, in your toes, everywhere. And after all that, they need to implant you with a mechanism that constantly releases the same antibodies. What are you having, Jamie? This is a gut punch. Yeah, I should have figured. Hey, give me one of those.
Sure. Let's give him a gut punch. Again, that didn't sound right.
How much, if any, Carmetrine?
6.
Oh, you're 6?
You like strong drinks, you know?
True, you're not wrong.
It's just weird those two making friends because
It is
those are both
strange.
the loner type.
Here.
Yeah, I'd love these. Looks different from yours, though.
I had a couple of extra in his, actually.
So, where's the antibody unit they stuck you with, Jamie? Inside, like all other maintenance systems. It can be troublesome at times, but the perks of not having nanomachines in the body outweighs the cons. The rest of the enhancements? Were you reconstructed, or have you been adding them over time? Over time, either by getting a much-needed enhancement, or through fixing injuries. I say. Well, it was a pleasure, Jamie, but I gotta leave. Nice meeting you, Ingram.
Please come again.
Don't count on it.
You said that twice.
Shut up. Seemed like a nice guy.
Right. I won't call him a bastard, but he's not the nicest in the bunch.
Maybe you caught him on a bad day.
No, I think you're just that good at bringing out the nicer side of people. Oddly enough. That guy tires the hell out of me.
Oh,
Someone's in a good mood.
Give me a bad touch, will you? That way you'll be in a good mood too.
A bad touch for Alma.
Has this game always been dirty jokes? Or am I just only now noticing them?
Dirty jokes and beer.
It's been getting worse.
Yeah.
I will say one thing that's hard about this game is when they make a joke and the characters laugh and you're like, that didn't land with me.
Yeah. Here.
Really, you have such a petty sense of humor.
Guilty as charged. So what put you in a good mood?
Oh yeah, that. Today, my sister is supposed to be in court for all the custody proceedings. Of course, not only does she show up later than her husband and drunk at that, but also dressed like she got fucked in the back of a parking lot. And to top it all off, she forgot to even bring her kids. Luckily, my parents brought them to court. The judge assigned the kids to my parents for the time being.
So she really messed it up, huh?
When they came back to the house and Diana started throwing a temper tantrum, she said it was lucky her husband didn't get the kids because the angst would make her jump onto the highway. So Eva comes in and says, then make sure it kills you because we aren't dealing with you as a cripple. I shouldn't reinforce that behavior, but I don't know. Maybe it was the timing, but I've been laughing for an hour now.
You hold quite the animosity for Diana, don't you?
She and I used to be the closest friends when I was 7 or 8. We played all the time. We even slept on the same bed for a while. Then she turned into a teen. We stopped playing. She had other things she wanted to do, like men. I could forgive all of that. I mean, the age difference and all. But there is something in particular I still can't forgive. It was a day she invited her friends to the house, and I went to ask her something. As I was leaving, one of her friends asked if I was her sister. And she said she had no little sisters.
Ouch.
I think that was the moment I finally broke the pedestal I held her on. I admired her as much as a kid could admire someone, you know? Little by little, that admiration wore off until we finally reached that breaking point. I felt betrayed.
And you haven't been able to forgive her after 40 years?
Hey. It's not that I still hold a grudge against her, but rather the Diana who said all those things so many years ago is the same Diana that I know today.
How so?
She hasn't matured one bit. She's still as selfish, childish, and immature as she was back then. When you see her, you don't see an adult. You see an overgrown, horny teen. So aside from destroying any admiration I held for her, she's made sure not to fix that impression.
Huh.
But enough about me. How are you?
Everything's fine. Aside from this note.
A note?
Remember how I told you I lashed out at my dead ex's sister?
Yeah?
I got this note from her.
Let's see. Wow, she must really feel bad about the whole thing.
As do I.
So what's the problem then?
The same fear that drove me from her in the first place.
Right. Give me a Brantini, will you? There's a little story I want to tell you.
Right. A Brantini. All right.
The best drink.
It's weird that she's drinking the slowest out of everyone today.
Because I'm talking about how my sister looks like she got fucked in the back of a parking lot. Oh,
Poor Allie.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Yikes.
I actually love my sister. This is like...
Here.
This is the thing. Let's start. Who's Anna?
Who is Anna?
That would be Molly.
Oh. Boo. Oh, hell no.
This is a story of a girl who grew disillusioned with one of her sisters. Soon, it became animosity, and not long after that, she distanced herself completely from said sister. With time, the girl would become attached to her eldest sister, looking up to her achievements.
All I can look at right now are those. Not down.
Said sister would even marry the girl's best friend not soon after. And after that girl went into college, said sister would quit her job. The sister was worried sick about leaving her baby kid alone, prompting her to quit her high-ranking job.
What if I hire your high-ranking lips? Shut up.
The girl, even as an adult, felt betrayed. Her role model sister went against everything she held in her high esteem for. She was no longer a child, and yet she felt like part of her had crumbled.
Hey, Joe, I can lift your sweater. Do you want to see? I bet you want to see. All right, enough.
Enough.
Shit. Peace out. I know the girl is you, and the sister is your eldest sister. Please get to the point.
Right. The point is, if you don't face her, she'll be heavily disappointed. She's trying to make amends with you. That must take courage. Lots of it.
Yeah, you're right.
My mouth's dry. Can I get a beer?
Right. A beer? Man, I am going crazy, aren't I? Here.
Thanks. So tell me, did you and this Gabby girl get along?
Oh, yeah. I never had brothers and sisters, but once Lenore introduced me to her as her sister-in-law, she got so excited about having a new sister that she clung to me a lot. I helped her in her studies, read books with her, played with her a lot. She was pretty much my sister too.
to leave, but I'll tell you this. As both big and little sister, if you don't grant that girl the chance of talking to you, I'll never forgive you.
Yeah. Oh, there's a small New Year's party this Saturday if you're interested.
Oh, sure. I'll be here. Remember, I won't forgive you.
Yeah.
Did we invite Dorothy to the party? I don't remember if we did.
Yep.
We did, okay.
I hope so. She was super depressed.
Yeah.
I'll go take my break.
Alright.
What? You're still here? You were here?
You were quite absorbed in conversation just now. Jamie even said goodbye to you. Didn't you hear?
Anyway, call me if anything comes up.
Weird man. Huh, at least it's safe. These are good pictures. I like the intro and outro pictures.
Yeah,
They're like so wholesome.
Yeah.
it's less chilly today.
First thing I do when it's less chilly is the radio.
Absolutely.
Jill, a kid's looking for you.
Oh shit.
Hey,
Norma. Phew. You're back. Oh, fuck you. You do know I'm not giving you any drinks, right? Crap. I said it out loud.
Norma is Lindsay. I'm sorry.
That's me. I'm Norma.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I wanted to thank you.
Phew. She thought it was for her. Thank me?
Well, for starters, by not complying and giving me alcohol. Everything else would have fallen apart if I had some.
Aw, so responsible, Joe.
I kind of faced my mom and told her about all the pressure she was putting on me. And said if I wanted to figure out what I wanted to do.
And?
Well, she didn't speak to me for 2 days. After that, she told me it'd be a waste to spend money in a university just for me to not give it my all. So she told me to still go to the college course, but that I was free to explore.
Glad to hear that.
And well, I wanted to thank you for that.
Me?
If I just rushed headfirst into my original plan, things would have gotten ugly. And you were right. I would have been hurting her for the sake of hurting. So, thank you.
Don't worry about it.
I'll leave before it's too late outside.
Be careful. Aw, so sweet. Shut up.
Hey, Jill, mind helping me here?
Sure.
Thank a bleeding Jane, please.
On it. Bleeding J for Gil.
Thanks.
Hey Joe, do you hate me? Hate is a harsh word. It's not against you directly, but rather the fact that only I could see you. And like I told you, if they wanted, they could see me. And why can I? You're the main character? I don't know. What are you? A cute girl? Right.
You okay, Jill? Making lots of faces there.
Hmm? Yeah, just remembering stuff.
Could you give me a hand here and serve a beer, please?
Sure. A beer for Gil now.
Lucky that all of a sudden he needs our help.
Thanks.
Would you lighten up if I showed you I can interact with the environment? Maybe it'll spook me, but let's try. There. Can't see anything. You sure? Yep. Weird.
Nobody expects the Doric Inquisition. I can't. Doric Inquisition. Doric Inquisition. Doric. Ouch! I missed my tongue. Can't believe I'm using a spare tongue so early in the night. Honey!
Hey, Dorothy.
I'm making a quick stop for a drink. Can I get a fluffy dream?
Sure. A fluffy dream for Dorothy on the go.
She's got a spare tongue.
I mean, it makes sense. How much, if any, karma train for spare tongue, Dorothy?
Yes.
4.
It'll probably taste pretty good, right? Because it's a fresh tongue. Unless this is the one that doesn't get used much. It's like, you know, it's like the old sponge.
Little
Oh,
bit
no.
dusty.
Thing.
Oh yeah, before you leave.
What? Are you guys throwing a New Year's party too?
Yep.
Sure, I'll be here then.
Well, I've got some things to do, so... You do?
Who does what?
Sorry, I sneezed.
Weird sneezes.
Anyway, I'm out for now. Oh yeah, Joe? Take care of Becky, please.
Man, she was in a rush.
Okay, fuck that noise. Fireworks are sold out everywhere. I'll need to get them through more shady means.
She's gonna buy them from the internet. She'll find them and put us all at risk of burning.
I'll make sure there's an extra extinguisher at hand.
Please. Well, I guess that's it for today.
You sure you're fine?
I am. Don't worry.
Hey Jill, mind if I ask a silly question?
You've seen my clients. You can assume I don't mind silly questions. Silly answers can get on my nerves, though. Sorry. What did you want to ask?
Do you know why they call them cat boomers? I mean, I guess there's a second set of ears look like a cat, but the word boomer seems so out of place.
Not so much when you consider it's not them, but their parents who were called such.
Oh,
Let's go a bit back first. You do know why cat boomers look like that, right?
because they went through some anti-nanomachine rejection treatment while they were still a fetus, right?
About the Yamazaki Romanova treatment. Or was it the Romanenko Yamada treatment? Let's call it the catification procedure. It was not only the first successful genetic treatment of the fetus, but also the first way to fight nanomachine rejection. Moreover, that research had a bit of a rocky story. Funding got cut in the middle of it at a critical point that could make or break the whole thing. Not to mention Zaibatsu Corp's record of not addressing nanomachine rejection at all. The rest of the research was funded by Maki Stankovic. Was it Stankovic? Let's call him Stankovic for now. He's a businessman whose unborn daughter got diagnosed with early nanomachine rejection. Stankovic funded the research. A desperate move, his wife offered herself and her daughter as test subjects. Of course, the experiment was a success. The girl, Sylvia Stankovic, didn't die. It became the living testament of a scientific breakthrough. But then, the story of how things played out for Sylvia got sensationalized in the media and created a weird fad. Parents made their unborn children go through the catification procedure, even if they had no ailments at all. All because one particular girl whose life got saved through that treatment became a media darling for a bit. A whole generation of kids with those cat-like protrusions got born.
And their parents got called cat boomers.
A generation of parents obsessed with those cat-like features. The fad quickly passed, but the term remained in use. Eventually, cat boomer just started being used for people with the protrusions instead of their parents.
You keep calling them protrusions. Why is that?
Because that's what they are.
Eh?
You didn't think those things on their heads were ears, right? Sure, they can be moved because they're somehow connected to the facial and ear muscles. Thus, they can move like a cat's and react to their mood. But in the end, they're just appendages with no real function.
Ah.
It still surprises me a bit, though, that the biggest mutation they get after the treatment is just that. Those ears are a small miracle on their own. People have been born with no eyes for less intrusive procedures. You really thought they were functional ears, huh?
Let's just say I learned quite a bit today. Thank you.
Don't worry. I feel like I should apologize for talking so much instead. And keep in mind, I'm fucking up the terms. I don't want you saying someone got protrusions because of a catification procedure.
I'll keep that in mind.
Wait,
What?
yeah. The guy's name was Stankovic.
Ah.
I just remembered Sylvia Stankovic was around my age, and when I was a teen, there were some TV specials featuring her. And I just remembered that I had the biggest crush on her. Now that I think about it, that crush had me very confused back then.
And did you need to shout just now?
Sorry. In any case, I'm out for the day.
Alright, careful out there.
That deep Valhalla lore that nobody asked for.
Oh, dude, that's so much money. We could pay our rent now.
No, we're not even close.
What? I thought
We
rent was
need
$10,000.
Yeah. Total
Yeah, and that's
funds
like-
are 76 after this.
Oh, this is
That's not how
awesome.
much we get. That's just our new total.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sorry. But we did get a flawless service bonus. Good job, everybody.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I was thinking that we got $7,000 for the day. Oh, that's a
No,
bummer.
wow.
We're never going to be able to pay our rent.
Yeah,
That's
I'm not
why all
sure.
booze and no firecrackers makes you a dull girl.
True.
Maybe we'll get a New Year bonus.
Man, let's hope so.